So, Matasha Gary, yeah, Tasha Jinsen Tiger. So, start in the chair. Make sure that you've got something underneath your feet. So, you see the way my feet are swinging on this chair. So, it's way too high. But if I get a block or two, or a couple of cushions, place them underneath the feet so that I can have my knees in line with the hips. Give a little bit of space between the feet as well so that you're not letting the knees fall out to the sides, but rather the ankles are in line with the knees. And bring your bum to the very back of the chair. Roll the shoulders back. See if you can bring the shoulders to the back of the chair. If the back of the chair is at a bit of an angle, you might instead want to have a blanket or a cushion behind you to help you sit upright, because you don't want to be kind of leaning right back. And then palms of the hands resting on the lap. And we're going to close over the eyes. And check in on your position, your alignment and your posture. Making sure the crown of the head is extending upwards. The eyes are closed over, or the gaze is just a gentle gaze in front of your nose. Imagine you've got a little thread that connects the bottom of your earlobes down to the outside edges of your shoulders. Can you get them to sort of line up? So you might notice if the shoulders are rolling forward, maybe you could bring them back a little bit. And then if the shoulders are quite close to the ears, maybe you could just drop the shoulders down, extending the crown of the head upwards, so lengthening the neck and the throat. Traveling down the spine, feeling the points of connection with the back of the chair. And then breathing in to the front of the body, just becoming aware. Are you breathing into the upper chest only? Or are you breathing in to your ribs? Can you feel the ribs moving? Or can you feel your belly moving? And just maybe bring left hand on the tummy and the right hand on the chest. And notice, without trying to change anything, without berating yourself in any way, just notice, where am I breathing into? Is it only the chest rising and falling? Because sometimes, a lot of times, we're just holding in the tummy. So just see if you can soften the tummy. And when you breathe in, you imagine the whole torso is like a balloon. So you're breathing in and that balloon is inflating. And then as you breathe out, you're gently letting the balloon deflate again. Breathing in, letting the balloon fill all the way up from the left hand right up to the right hand. And then you let the breath back out through the nose, gently letting the breath allow the torso to shrink in size again. And then bring both hands down onto the tummy. So you'll notice there's a lower abdominals and an upper abdominals. Just see where your hands are comfortable. And see if you can let the body expand outwards. You might feel more comfortable with the hands on the ribs to feel that breath coming out to the sides, or just sitting on the tummy. Allow the breath to expand and collapse. So out and in. And then just trying to do the out breath a little bit longer than the in breath. So you might breathe in for the count of 4. And then breathe out for the count of 6. In for 4. Out for 6. And if that count doesn't fit with you, if you feel like that's kind of making you feel a bit more anxious, then you can just choose a word. So breathing in peace, and breathing out release. It's just a way to slow down the mind, the wandering mind, and just bringing it back into breathing in, feeling the lungs expand. And then feeling the lungs just press all the air back out again. So the muscles around the torso, drawing all the way in and helping the lungs expand and retract in size. And then rest the palms of the hands down on the thighs. Become aware of your eyes. Are your eyelids fluttering or are they relaxed? I'm not trying to change anything, not judging it, just being aware. How's your breath and your swallow? Does it feel like it's settling down a little bit? Are you aware of the torso? So from the chest all the way down to the tummy, breathing, doing the breath work. How are the upper arms feeling, hanging by the sides? The knees, the legs, down to the ankles and the feet. And give your toes a little wiggle, give your fingers a little wiggle. And taking up the wrists, and you can open up the eyes now, you're just rolling the wrists in one direction. Imagine you're holding wooden spoons and you're scraping the sides of a cake bowl. So you can almost get the elbows and the shoulders into it as well. And then change directions, going in the opposite direction. You might hear some little clicks and cracks, that's okay. Just working into the joints. And then resting the hands down on the lap again. We're going to bring up the left foot and just point the foot and flex the foot. Point and flex. And do a nice circle in one direction, circle in the opposite direction. Spread and wiggle the toes, squeeze the toes and release the foot, and then put the foot back down again. And then lifting up the right leg or the opposite leg. It's okay if you did it the other way around. And wiggle the toes to start with, just to bring a little bit of movement into the foot. Point the foot, flex the foot, point and flex, circle in one direction and circle in the opposite direction. Wiggle the toes a bit again, squeeze the toes and release them, and put the foot back down. This time putting the fingertips on the shoulders. Do nice little circles forward. And if you feel that you need to come away from the chair, the back of the chair a little bit, just sitting forward a little bit or leaning forward, you can just do little circles forward. So bringing the elbows forward and back. Breathing in, lifting them up and forward, and breathing out, bringing them back and down. So connecting that movement with the breath and nice and slow. And if there's any problems with the shoulders, you can have the hands down below and just be shrugging the shoulders in a circle. There's no problem. And then doing the opposite direction. So changing direction and bringing the elbows forward and back and down. Breathing in, coming forward and back and down. And then down, you can just rest the hands on the lap again. This time we're going to move into the hip and knee joint. So lifting up your left leg to start and do little circles with the knee going outwards. So you're rotating into the hip. And then changing directions. Just doing it 3 times in each direction. And it can feel quite a lot because you're working the quads and into the hips. And we're going to do the other side. So lifting up the opposite leg, and your knee is bent, and do a nice little circle outwards. 1, 2, 3, and then inwards. And connect it with the breath if you can. So breathing in, up, breathing out, down, breathing in, up, out, down. And then place the foot back on the floor. This time breathing in, sweeping the arms up. If you don't have room like me, just sweep the arms up in front of you like this. You can look up at the hands. And then breathing out, bringing them back down by the sides again. Bringing them behind you a little bit so that you press the chest forward and open up the shoulders. And then breathing in, bringing the arms forward and up. Breathing out, bringing the arms down and back. Pressing the chest forward and lifting the chin a little. So breathing in, bringing the arms up, you bring the chin into the chest. You breathing out, bring the arms down, lifting the chin, pressing the chest forward. So now you're getting a little bit of movement into the spine. So breathing in, Lifting the arms up, tip the chin to the chest, and you can round the back a little bit. And then breathing out, bring the arms back down by the sides, lift the chest and chin. It's as if you're running through a finish line at a race and you've won. Woo! And breathing in, arms forward and up, bringing the chin to the chest. This time, you're going to hinge forward, so you do a nice forward fold and bringing the arms down towards the feet, but the hands are just going to rest wherever is comfortable. You're looking down at the feet. If you don't feel comfortable that way and you want to put your hands on your laps, you can. You can put the arms across the lap, or you can just hang the hands down and just relax the head and neck and shoulders. Nod the head, shake the head. If anything makes you feel dizzy or unwell, don't do it. You come back out of it. Otherwise, bringing the hands back onto the laps to the lap to give you a little bit of support. Lift the head and chest first, forward, and then coming upright, using your tummy muscles if you can. Lovely. We do that one more time. Breathing in, sweeping the arms up. And then breathing out, hinging forward at the hips. Let the arms hang down by the sides or they're resting on your lap. Gaze is down towards the floor. Let the head and neck and shoulders relax. Nod the head, shake the head, as long as that doesn't make you feel unwell. And then either you can put your hands on the lap to help you up, or you can extend the arms out in front of you. Use your tummy muscles to lift back up in one movement, but just checking with your tummy and your back. And then as you breathe out, hands come back down in prayer position in front of you, but keep the palms of the hands together, lift up the elbows, pressing the hands, the palms together. And this, you'll feel it, you might feel it into the sides of the body, into the shoulders, into the armpits. So just gently place it, putting a little bit of pressure, and you might feel it across your pecs. Lifting up the elbows, looking ahead, sitting up nice and tall, breathing in, breathing out. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. Now, release the arms, shake them out, and we do a little hug. So bring the arms across the body, give yourself a little hug. You can rock from side to side. Release the arms and change the arms. So the other one goes to the top, the other one to the bottom. And rock from side to side. Nice little hug. And release again. Now, if you have your feet on cushions or on blocks, just move them away and shimmy forward on the chair a little bit, placing the feet flat on the floor. Knees are stacked above the ankles. And remember, be sure that the chair, there's no way that the chair can slip on you. If you can, if it will, then don't do this. You just can hold on to the chair to get up. But if you're sure that the chair is secure, you're just going to use your leg muscles to get you up to standing. So you lean forward to place the weight over the feet and use your tummy muscles to start to lift the hips up off the chair, and then press the feet into the floor to get the thighs to do all the work to lift you up. That's it. Lovely. Now coming to the back of the chair, we'll do a little bit of standing work with the chair. Keep an eye on the time in a second. Okay. So we just do a little bit of flexibility into the back and the spine. So if you stand back from the back of the chair a little bit and bend the knees so that you're looking at your toes, check that your feet are in line with each other. Lift up the toes and give them a little wiggle. And just, what you're doing is just hinging forward at the hips. Your hands are holding the back of the chair, so you're using the chair to give you balance. But again, making sure that that chair isn't going to move on you. So if you need to jam it against the table or anything like that, that will be good. And you look down at the floor and you're just tipping up. You're trying to straighten your legs, but bend and straighten the legs while you look down at the floor. So what this does is it helps to stretch the back and also stretch the hamstrings. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm kind of, I've got the arms bent at the sides. I'm looking down at the floor. I've gotten straight legs, but I keep bending them and straightening them.
Bending and straightening at the knees. Yeah.
That's it, yeah, bending and straightening the knees. And then coming back up to stand again. This time, keep your hands where they are on the chair and turn the body to the left-hand side. So your upper body is continuing to hold on to the top of the chair, but you're turning your lower half of your body away. And then see if you can turn to look in the direction of the chair again. So what you're doing here is doing a little twist using the chair. So the lower half of the body is facing out to the side, the upper half of the body is facing towards the chair. And just breathe here for a minute. And then slowly release back to the center, and we do the other side. So again, hands are nicely squared on the back of the chair, and just turn your lower body. So turn the feet to face in the opposite direction, and then turn to look at the chair. So you're twisting your spine in the other direction. Don't forget to breathe. And then release and come back to center again. Now we'll go and do that first movement again. So step the feet back away from the back of the chair. Check that the feet are in line with each other. Bend the knees and look down at the floor, kind of lowering the upper half of the body so that you're trying to make almost like a right angle with the upper body. So you're staring down at the floor, and then just bend and straighten the knees. So you're stretching into the hamstrings and stretching out the lower back. Bending and straightening. If you want to hold it at any stage with the knees straight, because that can be a really nice stretch in the bum muscles, the glutes and in the hamstrings, and just holding on the back of the chair, making sure that you're not lifting up that chair in any way, that you're not getting any imbalance. And then when you're ready, bend the knees and come back up to stand and walk back towards the chair again. Now, turning the chair once more, and you come back to the front of the seat, and we're going to lower ourselves back down into the seat. So we come back into the chair the same way as we got out. Make sure that the chair won't slip or fall behind you. So maybe jamming it against something. Lean out the arms in front, stretch out the arms in front so this kind of counterbalances you. Bend the knees, looking down at your feet, making sure you can see your toes, lowering the hips down to the chair. And then when you're ready, just sitting down on the chair, arms by your sides. Lovely. Brilliant. And then if you have the cushions close by, we're just going to do the closing piece. So raise up those feet again so you've got that nice angle, or if the height of the cushions is right for you, you don't obviously need to use any blocks under the feet. And we just come into the relaxation piece. So you let those twists and forward folds and working into all of the joints do their magic. So it really helps you to relax at the end. Okay, so bringing the hands together, rubbing the palms of the hands together. Notice the temperature of the hands. Notice the sensation of the skin. And then place the hands at the top of the head. Just a little gentle pressure at the top of the head, a little squeeze. Acknowledging how is your head feeling now? Does it feel a little bit better? Are you able to slow down the thoughts a little and just being a little bit more relaxed? A lot more oxygen up to the brain. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Bringing the hands around to the front of the face, cupping the hands over the eyes. Again, noticing if the muscles around the eyes are still a little bit fluttery or if they feel completely relaxed, and enjoying the darkness around the eyes. At any stage as well, take a nice big deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Well, sorry, or out through the mouth, whichever is more comfortable. Just a deeply relaxing and releasing breath. And then bringing the hands down to cup along the jawline. Notice the softness of the jaw. Hands down on either side of the neck and throat. Noticing if the muscles feel soft around the neck and throat, or could you breathe a little more relaxation into them? Nice breath in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. And then the left hand on the tummy, right hand on the heart, bowing the head for a moment. And again, checking how the breath is just naturally flowing in the body. And see if you can bring your awareness to softening the belly to breathe into the belly at any stage during the week. And then bringing the hands together in prayer position, pressing the thumbs to the heart center. And then relaxing the hands down on the lap. So you have one hand sitting on top of the other, the thumbs pressing together, elbows are hanging by your sides. And just with the eyes closed, just sit and relax here for a couple of moments. And I'll read you a little poem, just as part of the closing practice. The Guest House by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide. In this stillness, find your breath and allow it to be your guide. Allow the breath to carry you to that still point. So taking the hands together again, pressing the hands together in prayer position, pushing the thumbs to the heart center and bowing the head. And just acknowledging how you're feeling now. And if you feel that you need to have a rest, you need to drink water, whatever you need. Maybe you'd like to watch a nice movie, read a magazine, a newspaper, whatever it might be that nourishes you. Taking that time to acknowledge it without judgment. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I thank you for coming to practice with me today.